With 5 straight birdies earning Ally Ewing her third LPGA win by a 7-under 65 to hold off Xiyu Lin, the 29-year-old golfer now has the Kroger Queen City Championship under her belt. But what does that mean for the future of her career? Stay tuned till the end of this video for all this and more. First up, Ewing's unbelievable victory. All eyes were set on Ally Ewing as the sportswoman made her way to the finale of the LPGA Tour with her sights set on the tournament's inaugural Kroger Queen City Championship. The finale took place in Cincinnati and was quite the showdown between Chinese golf champion Xiyu Lin, who was actually in the lead with an 8-under 64 with her 5 incredible birdies in 6 holes. But of course, as we found out, her game was no match for Ewing's 5 consecutive birdies at the finale that got in the way of Lin winning the Queen City Championship. But what is it that led to Ewing's massive victory? Well, first of all, the American golfer managed to fire a bogey-free final round with 6 under par 66 to finish on 22 under 226. Now that's an impressive score as it is, but if you consider that this was right after it had rained at the Kenwood Country Club in Cincinnati, messing with the greens and making them slower than usual, you can't help but have a newfound appreciation for the female golfer. But of course, Lin was here to play too, and she birdied 4 of the last 7 holes, shooting 65 and giving Ewing a pretty tough competition. So it's safe to say that this was quite a nail-biting match, and because Lin only lost by a stroke, no one could have guessed the outcome until it was right there in front of us, followed by a match to remember. The pressure was on way until the 12th hole, and that was when Ewing kicked in with all her might and birdied 5 consecutive holes, giving herself a 2-stroke edge, and then going on to match pars with Lin at the 17th. That is when the game took a 180-degree turn, leaving the fans shocked at what had just happened. At the 18th hole, Ewing rolled a putt within 3 feet of the hole, but that's when Lin came in and shot the 3rd birdie putt of the week. And while it looked like the match was stuck for a while, Ally Ewing then tapped in for par, and that's it. That was the moment that she had not just the game, but the entire tournament in her hands. The unexpected win was so emotional for the golf player that she immediately started crying tears of joy. In her own words, she had been struggling with nerves all day, and seeing her hard work finally coming into a place like this was an overwhelming moment. After the 2020 Drive-On Championship and the LGPA Match Play in 2021, this was Ewing's 3rd win of the season in a row. But this win feels bigger and better than ever before, and to think that it was only a matter of 1 stroke that led to all of this, to this date, this has been Ewing's best LGPA finish. The golfer has previously reached the CME Group Tour Championship for the top 60 players, and as she landed the 70th position this year, things were not looking up for the sportswoman. But with this win, her 30th position has helped her secure her spot in the November season finale, and that's going to be taking place in Naples. Next up, Ewing's incredible journey in golf. Ally Ewing first made her name in the world of international golf all the way back in 2019 with the Solheim Cup. Back then, she was known as Allie McDonald, the All-American. She went to Mississippi State with a 1-3-0. This happened when Ewing had to fill in for Stacey Lewis, who was badly injured to the point where she couldn't participate in the tournament. And while Ewing didn't really win big at her debut, her performance was smooth enough to earn herself the recognition she deserved. The next season, Ewing continued her success streak when she won the LPGA Drive-On Championship against Daniel Kang, and then 2021 saw the golf champion lead with another victory at the LPGA Match Play, where she faced off against Sofia Popov. In the span of her few season-long career, the sportswoman has managed to become a legend in the world of golf, and with her hefty $262,000 prize at the Kroger Championship, Ewing has now easily crossed the $3 million mark in her career earnings. After that, keeping up the momentum. One of the major reasons behind Ewing's massive win was her consistent performance right from the start of the tournament. After she fired her 2nd round of 8-under 64 as she stood out right at the midpoint of the tournament. When asked what was the reason behind her sudden shift, the sportswoman herself claimed that before the tournament she was struggling with the greens she was playing on. The athlete admitted that she had been having trouble with missing her putts and then beating herself up about it. However, instead of wallowing over all the chances she couldn't take, Ewing decided to brush herself off and get back up again. She worked with her coaches to figure out exactly where she was struggling and then got into the right form to hit some consistently great putts. So at this point, the athlete doesn't care if her good putts score her well, as long as she knows she had performed the best she can. She's satisfied. My tempo had gotten off. My stroke stroke had gotten really long, so for me, I've just kind of tried to get it really balanced. That's kind of the key," said the golfer when asked about the key to her success. Then we have Ewing's foolproof technique. With over 4 rounds at Kenwood Country Club, it was surprising when the golfer only made 4 bogeys and none on Saturday, so that was the point. She knew that she had to turn things around. The golfer has said that this year has been all about trying for her. "And don't be fooled because it hasn't been easy. It's been a patience game for me," said the golfer, as she talked about how tough the year has been on her mental health, simply because she wasn't able to play up to her full potential. But instead of completely changing her technique or going to extreme lengths to improve her game, the athlete just decided to put her trust in herself. She moved ahead with her own process, and at the historic game in Cincinnati, all of her hard work finally paid off. After that final putt on hole number 18, Ewing was seen hugging her caddy and even her competitors as they showered her with champagne. And to top it all off, her husband Charlie Ewing was also able to make it on her big day, and that was a sight that unleashed waterworks for all of us. Moving on to professional golf makes a comeback at Cincinnati. In addition to Ewing's massive win, this year's LPGA tournament was held in Cincinnati, which was a monumental occasion in itself. After more than 30 years, the LPGA came back to the city, and with a tournament being held in the same city next year, people believe that the golfer's success streak is only going to continue. From player appearances to a host of riveting matches for the fans, this LPGA tournament has everything that a golf enthusiast could ever dream of, reminding everyone of the last time the LPGA came to the tri-state area back in 1989 when the championship was held at the Nicholas Golf Center at Kings Island. The tournament was played there for the next decade before it moved away and finally came back home this year at the Kenwood Country Club. Now the country club itself has a remarkable history of its own. These very grounds host the U.S. Women's Open in 1963, so it's all coming full circle as the Queen City Championship makes its way back here. However, in preparation for the major tournament, the club did go through a $1 million transformation with 36 holes being renovated entirely. About 800 trees were removed from the property and all 18 greens were expanded to give the players a comfortable putting experience. Lastly, a woman's world at the LPGA. As the LPGA Tour returned back home after 33 full years, the tournament gave us plenty of great scores and a whole lot of girl power. From 14-year-old Gianna Clemente, who played bogey-free all 4 days for 70, qualifying for the 3rd week in a row, to Lexi Thompson, who made a birdie in the 18th hole to tie for the 16th in her round of 76. There were plenty of riveting moments at the LPGA that golf enthusiasts will remember for a long time to come. Even Maria Fassi of Mexico had a 71 and finished 3rd, with this being her best finish in any LPGA tournament. And of course, who can forget about Lin, who started the final round 2 shots behind and then made her way to the top with a pair of flawless birdies, causing Ewing to really work and make a 7-footer to take the lead. Lin herself went on the record to talk about how the girls at LPGA were some of the finest athletes in the game, specifically giving a shout out to Allie despite having lost the tournament to her, showing us an incredible sight of sportsmanship. Well, that's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Allie Ewing's incredible win? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you on the next one.